Disclaimer. The following video is intended for humorous purposes. I make some good points in it, and I aim to not entirely consist of jokes, but it does have some stupid, silly things in it. I also curse like a sailor. If either of these things make you uncomfortable or seeing hate about your favorite character/update, please click off, and I promise you I won't mind. Be kind to yourself. I'm just gonna get this over with before we get to the second part. Why did they split the story up into two distinct stories that don't really cross together in any meaningful way? You know, the entire thing the time balance department in this game is known for is having very meaningful stories with a lot of detail put into them. Something you cannot do if you're splitting up the story like this. So congratulations, the first sin is half a sin, because this is half a story. The running theme throughout this story is going to be questioning how the hell the Relic Management Division is even existing currently. With half of the shit that goes on in here, it's a genuine wonder the division hasn't been fucking razed to the time ground. My point is being proven. How the hell is Maple Taffy even still the fucking head? At least in Time Fixers, you didn't really know the full extent of the Relic Management Division, so you could honestly argue that some stuff was going well behind the scenes. Literally almost everything that goes on in this update is just the Relic Management Division fucking things up. How are they still a thing? Dark Fondue, why do you have the happy flowers around you? How the hell did he even get in there? He says later he was just curious about a form he saw in there. Are you serious? It's the fucking director's office and you're gonna go in there just uninvited because you saw an interesting form? What is this, high school? At some point, I think you just genuinely have to fire these people. I have absolutely no ill will towards Schneeball. I absolutely love Schneeball as a character. But holy shit, I think that's a time for firing. Wow, even Schneeball? Damn. The audacity, she says, with flowers around her head for some reason. Dude, he's been scolded like a billion times by now. Did he actually think this would work? I swear to God, I know he only got like 5 seconds of screen time in Time Fixers, but was he this stupid? When I sit in Time Fixers, I'm genuinely going to have to check, and I genuinely bet that he wasn't this fucking stupid, or at least didn't show signs of being this fucking stupid. If I'm wrong, I will eat string gummy. The fact that Maple Taffy isn't fucking dead yet. Like, dude, imagine if this was a bomb or something. Schneeball, you are behind most of the damaged property and are the reason why there are so much expenses going into the Relic Management Division. What do you mean you think you would be a good head? Wow, damn, only competent cookies? You're saying that straight to her face! Average Dark Fondue activities, but... I cannot believe I am agreeing with Dark Fondue, but considering the shit that goes on in here, I think she is actually right. This is kind of the issue with this story being so half-baked. If this was a bigger update, we probably would have had more insight onto Schneeball and Maple Taffy's characters. And if this was a full update, we'd be able to have more detail, and maybe there'd be something about how Schneeball and Maple Taffy's ways are both correct if you do it in a certain way. Or maybe even something about how both of their ways need to be combined. Because, of course, while destroying the relics is bad, just kind of letting them sit and not really researching more into them is also bad. If this was a full story, we might have gotten something about how they both learn each other's ways a little bit and incorporate that into their own way. But because this story is so half-baked, we don't get any resolution, and none of the characters actually learn anything. Seriously, by the end of the story, Maple Taffy and Schneeball are at the same place they were before. Compare this to Croissant at the end of Operation Time Guard, String Gummy at the end of Mission Save the Future, or Coffee Candy at the end of Operation Time Fixers. They all had their characters or outlook on something change in some way. When this story ends, Schneeball and Maple Taffy are just back to fucking around in the Relic Management Division, and nothing has really changed. So with the current state these characters are in, I'm sorry, but both of them genuinely fucking suck in the Relic Management Division with Schneeball's destruction of everything and Maple Taffy's immense hoarding situation. I'm sorry, your boss is trapped in a relic right now. Can you not wait for 5 seconds to get him out or something before breaking this thing in half? Schneeball essentially admits to not giving a shit if Maple Taffy is trapped in time hell for all of eternity. Why are we in this update theme? Dude, how was the meeting at DevSys while the story was being made? Okay, it says here we need to make a TBD update.
Hey, wait, I thought this next update was gonna be about truffle and onion cookie.
Yeah, well, TBD fans really like the TBD, so if we want money, we gotta do the TBD.
Yeah, but we were also given an order to include truffle and onion in this update.
Oh, fuck. Hey, Jimmy! What's the plot of this TBD update? Maple Taffy gets stuck in a relic? Perfect. Alright, the relic is actually truffle cookies, and, he meets onion and truffle. Yeah. Maple Taffy, you're in time hell. I think you should be worrying about that. Yep, okay, she broke it. Why did it have to be Yogurka specifically? Is DevSys like, if we mention Yogurka in everyone's favorite stories, maybe they'll actually like it? No, that won't happen. Also, genuinely, why Yogurka? It would have made so much more sense for this to have been TBD equipment, made by Croissant, or literally anyone from the Technology Development Division. Maple Taffy, you have done this before. You have been scolded before. Do you actually think this is going to work? I'm gonna admit I really like the overall chillness and optimism of Maple Taffy. I just kind of wish they explored it in an update that wasn't fucking this one. What? What about that was not taking this seriously? Maple Taffy just genuinely answered that he hadn't seen any buttons around. There are tons of other moments she could have said this to him in, and those would have made sense. Why? Dude, if the director was anybody other than Timekeeper, these fuckers would have been fired already. It is genuinely a miracle that these two are alive, mainly Maple Taffy. How the hell has he not died yet? I'm I'm sorry, I didn't know the TBD actually stood for the Toddler Balance Department. Dude's faking losing signal because Schneeball got mad, he almost killed them. I know it's general time bullshit that the relic even managed to end up in the hands of the TBD, but why the fuck was it in a fossil? And it was pristine in that fucking fossil too. It's not like it was actually like fossilized. No, it was just completely clean under a fuck ton of dirt. Truffle still has her version of the relic, and I wouldn't be questioning this much if it wasn't in a fossil. Why was it in a fossil? Schneeball, your boss is stuck in that fucking relic. At some point, this has to count as attempted murder. Like, clearly before you got confirmation that what happens outside to the relic affects the inside of the relic with the rumbling and shaking. What are you doing? Wait a goddamn minute. Why is that even in there? Truffle Cookie should really be the only one able to access these. Did she write that for herself? What would have been the chances for a cookie to start destroying the relic while they're inside of it? And even then it would be impossible to destroy the relic from inside of it. Not only does this diary assume that somebody will get trapped inside of the relic, which is a fine assumption to make, it also assumes that there will be two cookies and only one of them will get sucked inside of the relic and the other one will stay outside. And then it assumes that that cookie will start breaking the relic. The story doesn't explain shit about this diary, so whether it was written by Truffle or somebody else or Timekeeper, we don't fucking know. Okay, this brings up a question. Why is it that the Relic Management Division seems to be only made up of Maple Taffy and Schneeball? Like with the other divisions, Baguette and like Coffee Candy have other cookies shown. Basically, the entire Technology Development Division is unknown other than Croissant, and the Time Investigation Division has been shown to have, or at least said to have, different cookies other than just string gummy. But in the Relic Management Division, it's literally just Schneeball and Maple Taffy, and they do shit that probably would be caught by other cookies if it wasn't just them. Is it just them? Why is this division even still a division? It's made up of 2 fucking cookies! Dude, not even Truffle knows why this thing's a fossil. This implies that the diary was written by Truffle. As we said before, how the fuck would she have been able to predict any of this? Like, maybe it's about, like, if the person uses the relic while standing up and then it drops to the floor, but that's a kind of shitty fucking brooch if you can get trapped inside it for all of eternity just by using it in a normal state. That and from Schneeball's dialogue, it seems pretty sturdy, so that can't be it. Also, what reason does she have to say that? Again, the relic is pretty sturdy and she seems surprised by Schneeball dismantling it, so... Like, at this point, she really shouldn't know that somebody's absolutely destroying the relic. It should just be intact. This is a really weird warning to say if there's no danger of the relic being dismantled. Wait. You're telling me this random relic made by a cookie who's not part of the TBD can alter space-time? Hey, didn't Croissant get hired for this? Or at the very least, send some agents to go question Truffle? When Maple Taffy gets out and tells Schneeball that Truffle had a brooch of herself, are they just supposed to let that go? At the very least, question if it will actually break space-time or if it just archives it. You are the TBD! Balance your time! Grown-ass man. I'm running out of things to say. Please stop trying to avoid your punishment like a 5-year-old. Also, absolutely nothing changed. The characters are still at the exact same point they were before. So all of that was a complete waste of fucking time. Director Croissant would be disappointed. Genuinely, why does Schneeball think she'd even have a chance at getting Croissant's timecraft? That is literally the one thing that hired her. It's clearly very personal. Everybody knows the stereotype of mechanics wanting to fuck their machines sloppy style. That's not a stereotype. That's not a widely known stereotype. Why did I say that? Hey, I understand TBD standards are kind of weird on what counts as a relic or not, but Schneeball just kind of broke into somebody's house and then stole their shit? Wouldn't there be stuff people are still using? Wouldn't that affect the timeline if it randomly went missing? The TBD is canonical interactions with Onion, Truffle, and Blackberry, but you literally never see any content of it. With all the TBD updates and TBD cookies interacting with other cookies, you'll find at least some content of it made by fans, like Hero and Sandwich and Croissant interacting. For the love of God, I've seen people ship Astronaut and String Gummy because they appeared on each other's relationship charts, and I've seen people ship Astronaut and Croissant just cuz. But since fucking nothing interesting happens in this update, it's impossible to actually make any other interesting content other than what's just been seen. I've literally never seen anyone ship Truffle and Schneeball, or Truffle and Maple Taffy, or fucking even Blackberry and Schneeball. The entire focus is on the TBD in this update and not the TBD's interaction with the other characters because there's not really much there. All you have is a potential TBD update that could have been good. And that's what the fans grab onto, not any of the relationships between other characters that we literally see, and basically is half of the update. This is a fandom where I have seen several people ship currant cream and coffee candy. This is a fandom in which I have seen several people ship amber sugar and string gummy. I don't understand any of these ships or why they have so many shippers, but they're ships. Literally on my TBD ship tier list maker, I didn't even include Truffle and anyone because I genuinely forgot about it. That's how forgettable it is. I've joked about the Relic Management Division being the worst division in the TBD, but that was a joke. Only now, when I decided to send this story and analyze everything that goes on, am I genuinely realizing that the Relic Management Division is the worst division in the TBD. Oh, does anything get done in this goddamn division? I'm running out of ways to say that! Actually going to be removing a sin because I kind of like this moment. Maybe that's just bias, but I don't like Timekeeper as much as I used to, so I guess this isn't really bias now. But Timekeeper keeping things from her old Croissant days is genuinely cute. Hey, so remember when in the previous stories, the Time Balance Department was shown to be a mostly competent organization? Even if some cookies were a little eccentric, everybody was still, mostly competent and didn't fuck around like this? A bouquet of baguettes. Also, HR stands for Human Resources. Did you mean CR? I know that sounds kind of stupid, but HR implies they're humans, which they're not. Say it with me, everyone. It's a miracle that Maple Taffy is still alive. Maybe the Relic Management Division wouldn't be as fucking pathetic if they didn't dedicate, like, half of the secret stories to them being pathetic. Like, this is like if in Mission Save the Future they had secret stories, and like half of them were Croissant Cookie not being able to put 2 and 2 together. Like, this is ridiculous! Fused or died? Vote below. I have a bone to pick with this fucking costume. Like, firstly, not only does it not even look that good, like it's kind of meh as a super epic, but also, you're just kind of not given any explanation about what the fuck is going on here. Like, firstly, does this take place in the ruined future of Mission Save the Future, or does it not? Also, that Timecraft line is way too goddamn vague! Like, her lines imply that it's another cookie, and the only other cookie it could really be is Maple Taffy. Which would be really interesting if the story actually made it clear that she actually cared about Maple Taffy. Because as the story is, she really does not fucking seem to care about Maple Taffy. Oh, but she secretly does and doesn't realize it. Dude, she was willing to break a relic while he was inside of it and straight up risk killing him. Also, if this is actually a ruined future costume, why the hell is the Relic Management Division still fucking kicking? All the shit that TBD needs, why are you still keeping around the Relic Management Division? It is literally worse than useless in the current state it is in the present. So, did, like, something change in the future? Did they suddenly get hit with, like, a brain blast of uber-duber a million IQ increase? Wow, that's a very confusing line. Either Schneeball helped Croissant make her timecraft into something that could excavate things better, or Schneeball really wanted that fucking timecraft and was willing to go behind Croissant's back and modify it for her. What the hell? Dev sis, be fucking clear for once, Jesus Christ! This can definitely be used as proof that the super epic costume takes place in the ruined future, but this is, again, so fucking vague. What the hell? Clearly, Schneeball shooting for her boss's chair fucked something up in the future, and String Gummy's telling her that, but why would you explain anything? Why explain anything? We're dev sisters about the TBD. We don't explain shit.
Stinky little baby, you need a shower. Stinky little baby, why you smell sour?